Hello, Namaskar. Good evening. I am Ajit Kumar Jha, the editor of the Public Global and the CEO of Power Pixar. And today, our focus is Rahul Gandhi's Adikar rally, the voter Adikar rally that he started in Bihar from Sasaram. And today is the break day. He has done the Adikar rally for already 3 days. So let me begin with the Adhikar rally. It started on August 17th. As you can see in the chart, he started from Sasaram. The interesting question is, why Sasaram? Sasaram, of course, is a very important historic place in Bihar. Sher Shah Suri, who defeated the great Mughal Humayun, he was from Sasaram, although his capital was the same as the Mughals, which was Delhi. But he was from Sasaram, and his mausoleum is still there in Sasaram. Sasaram is also very important for the Congress because Babu Jagjivan Ram, it's the tallest Dalit leader of the Congress party and a former deputy prime minister. Of course, he was the deputy prime minister of the Janata Party. He contested and won 8 consecutive elections from Sasaram Lok Sabha constituency, did not lose a single. In fact, it's considered one of the world's unprecedented records, winning 8 consecutive elections from Sasaram. Sasaram, by the way, used to be a scheduled caste constituency. Later, his daughter, Meera Kumar, who later became the speaker, had also won 2 elections from Sasaram, 1984 and 1989. Of course, subsequently, she lost elections from there. But let's move on. From Sasaram, on the 17th of August, when Rahul Gandhi started with RJD leader and former Deputy Chief Minister Tejasvi Yadav, they went to Dev Road, Amba Kutumba, from there to Hanuman Mandir, Punamma Wazirganj. Of course, today is the break day. Then they will restart and go to Sheikhpura. So they are basically going eastwards or northeastwards. And look at the rally. I mean, it's like almost millions of Biharis are on both sides of the road, throwing rose petals and going along with both Tejasvi Yadav, Rahul Gandhi, and the left party leaders. This is a great Mahagathbandhan moment in Bihar politics. In fact, one of the keen observers of Bihar politics, when I was talking to him, he pointed out that right now the Mahagathbandhan, being led by Rahul Gandhi and Tejasvi Yadav, has replaced Prashant Kishore's earlier buzz in the social media. Right now, Mahagathbandhan seems to be the number one party. Of course, RJD is already the number one party in terms of percentage vote that it has won in the last few elections. Or in fact, since 1990, the RJD has been the single largest party. But along with the Congress and the left, it seems like a serious challenge to the NDA. So from tomorrow, which is August 21st, it will go to Sheikhpura, Teen Mohani Durga Mandir, Sheikhpura, from there to Munger, Katihar, Purnia. So it's kind of going northeast. After going to Purnia, it will turn sort of westwards. Supaul, Darbhanga. Darbhanga is, you can say the capital of Mithilanchal. From there, it will go to Sitamarhi, again westward. From there to Betia, again westward. Then come down to Chhapra and back to Patna on the 1st of September. So this is, I think, an extraordinary rally being conducted for 16 days, 1,300 kilometers, almost includes 25 districts. This is Rahul Gandhi's, I would say, great contribution this time to the campaign, which has already begun in Bihar. he takes the edge. He takes the edge out of NDA. He takes the edge out of Prashant Kishore. Right now, most observers point out that Mahagathbandhan seems like a formidable force in Bihar. But let me take up from here two things. A, Rahul Gandhi, what are his strengths and what are his challenges? Rahul Gandhi's strengths right now is that he has devastated the Election Commission of India for doing a thoroughly incompetent job in Karnataka, as he pointed out through the example of that one constituency in Bangalore, where he pointed out that more than 1 lakh votes were absolutely illegally manipulated. And he pointed out that this was in collusion with the BJP. And in fact, he called it vote chori. Similarly, he and 300 MPs of India Gathbandhan in parliament has created this agenda all across the country, opposing the way that the Election Commission has been carrying out the SIR in Bihar. And in fact, that is also part of that vote chori agenda. And they have done a commendable job, both in parliament and now on the ground in Bihar. So that is a great advantage. They have created a new agenda of vote chori, a collusion between the Election Commission, which is supposed to be a neutral umpire, a constitutional body which should have credibility. It has been totally discredited by Rahul Gandhi, and people are convinced. If you look at the rally, if you see the number of people attending the rally, if you watch the social media right now, it's a buzz with Rahul Gandhi, Tejasvi Yadav all over Bihar. In fact, a local poll carried out among the youngsters of Bihar just 1 or 2 days earlier has pointed out that if the choice is between Rahul Gandhi and Narendra Modi, then Rahul Gandhi is much more ahead of Narendra Modi. Almost, if I remember correctly, something like 47% for Rahul Gandhi, something like 36 to 37% for Narendra Modi. There is a 10% advantage among the youngsters of Bihar. So this is the new buzz being created. But what are the challenges that Rahul Gandhi faces? Let's also point out the challenges that Rahul Gandhi will face in the November election in Bihar. First of all, let's start by pointing out that in 2020, 5 years in the past, when Congress contested along with the RJD and the left parties, Congress was allotted 70 seats. Congress barely managed to win 19 of those it contested. So Congress's strike rate was the lowest. Congress's strike rate was merely 27%. It was the lowest among all the players. In fact, the left parties, which had got about 29 of those seats, their strike rate was highest. Even the RJD had done very well, and the failure of the Mahagathbandhan was basically people pointed out that Congress had sunk the Mahagathbandhan. That is the biggest challenge of Rahul Gandhi. In 2015, the alliances were different. In 2015, Nitish Kumar, along with RJD and Congress, had contested together in a Mahagathbandhan. Congress had merely got about 41 seats, but they had won 27 of those. Their strike rate was much better. But remember, that was a different alliance. That was the alliance that Rahul Gandhi was trying in and Nitish Kumar was trying in 2023. But somehow the alliance broke and Nitish Kumar switched sides, went back to the NDA. So a lot of people point out that one reason that Congress did not do well in 2020 was that out of the 70 seats, 45 seats that the RJD gave to the Congress were basically NDA strongholds, and the Congress had not won almost most of them for the last four times. Four consecutive elections, Congress had not won. So these were basically NDA strongholds. They were just given to Congress, and Congress obviously could not revive itself. In fact, 20 of those seats the Congress had never won for the last 20 years. So the bargain was weak. So one of the big challenges of Rahul Gandhi this time is that he has established a chemistry with Tejasvi Yadav and the left parties via this Vote Adhikar rally. He must solidify the organic unity inside the Mahagathbandhan that is visible today, via the voter Adhikar rally. They must talk about a solid agenda from the ground, not only voter Adhikar, voter chori, but also things like no jobs, which is one of the central agenda of Bihar right now, out migration of Bihari youth or Bihari laborers outside for jobs, the non-performance of the NDA government for the last 20 years. Nitish Kumar has been the chief minister, fierce anti-incumbency, so the non-performance of the government, rank corruption by the bureaucrats, these should become the big agenda. But before that, Congress has to bargain very strongly with the RJD, if possible, for more number of seats, at least 100 seats, because it seems right now that Congress is leading the agenda of Bihar with the voter chori, attack on the election, devastating attack on the election commission, the SIR sort of issue. So Congress must bargain hard for at least 100 seats. If not, if it gets 70 seats, it must aim minimum to win 35 seats out of 70, at least a 50% strike rate. And why am I pointing out that it must win at least 35 of those 70 seats? The reason is because since 1995, Congress has not won more than 30 seats in any of those assembly elections in Bihar. That is the limit, the Congress band of 30 seats. It must, as I pointed out in 2015, it had won 27 seats, pretty close to that band. But this time, if it doesn't win a minimum of 35 seats, it will not be able to break out of the band. Of course, if it ends up getting 100 seats, it must aim to at least win 50 of those, maybe even more. So that is a serious challenge for Rahul Gandhi. What has he done for that? Of course, as I pointed out, he has devastated the election commission. He has put the EC and BJP NDA on a back foot on this entire issue of SIR. In fact, people on the ground in Bihar are positively angry with the way the SIR was conducted, with 65 lakh voters' names being deleted from the polls. So that gives the Congress and the Mahagathbandhan and RJD and the left parties a serious advantage. So they must go ahead and campaign at the ground level. Congress has to have a strategy of sort of campaigning seriously at the ground level in those constituencies which it ends up in the bargaining with the RJD able to get. And they must ensure that the seats are not the NDA strongholds like they ended up getting in 2020. And right now, I think Congress has the upper hand compared to the RJD for several reasons. A, Congress is the national party. B, Tejasvi Yadav is desperate to become the chief minister. Therefore, the RJD has to be pushed down and told that no more Congress should be considered the B team of the RJD. In fact, the Congress should be an equal partner like the RJD in this new alliance of the Mahagathbandhan. Now, this requires a massive bargain. What is one advantage Congress has? Congress has placed a certain team in Bihar, led by some serious young leaders who have brought about a new strategy of replacing the upper caste dominated, especially Bhumihar dominated Congress party in Bihar with OBC, MBC, Dalit, and minority leaders at the ground level. So this is the new Congress alliance, a new Congress caste equation. You remember, in 2023, Nitish Kumar started this entire caste survey, but Rahul Gandhi has jumped on that since 2023, 9th October. 2nd October, Nitish Kumar had started the caste survey of Bihar. He had announced it. The Congress had jumped on 9th October, and Rahul Gandhi had taken the leadership. Since then, he has been arguing for caste survey of Bihar, of every other state, of those states ruled by the Congress. And now Rahul Gandhi and the Congress party have come up with a naya model, a new model, the Telangana model, much more scientifically carried out. And they argue that that should be the real model of caste survey all over the country, but especially in Bihar. So they should push the Telangana model over Nitish Kumar's model, number one, and they should go ahead and with this revived Congress, they should give more representation to the OBCs. They should provide much more representation to the most backward, to other pichhada, the PDA, Dalit, and the minorities, and revive the Congress like it used to be under, a great local leadership of Babu Jagjivan Ram, when I pointed out that he won these 8 elections in a row. Remember, after all, it was only in 1990 that the Congress got unseated. Before that, Congress ruled Bihar, almost from 1952. And of course, they were in between. They had lost in 1967. They had lost in 75. They lost. In fact, in 77 they lost. Karpuri Thakur had become the chief minister, and there were ups and downs. But the Congress dominated the state until 1990. So the short-term revival should be at least 70 seats, if possible 100 seats for the assembly election. They must bargain that out of the RJD, number one. Number two, that they should not end up taking those seats which are NDA strongholds, but which have been Congress strongholds. They have to go seat by seat and bargain with the RJD. Number two, very important, a solid chemistry between the Congress, the RJD, and the left, so that votes are transferred. The Rajad vote banks, that of, let's say, Muslim and Yadavs and even Dalits, must transfer to the Congress, and the Congress vote banks must transfer to the RJD. If the transfer works out as good as 2015, when Nitish and Lalu got together and beat the BJP, it is possible that with a great vote transfer, with a solid organic sort of unity between the parties, the left parties, Dipankar Bhattacharya has been with Rahul Gandhi from the very beginning. He's a master in terms of, the CPIML had the highest strike rate. They have been contesting elections, perhaps the only sort of unit out of the CPIML which has been contesting elections, and they have done a very good job. So if all these are able to put up a serious fight, a great agenda, there is a fierce anti-incumbency, as I pointed out, against the NDA government, despite the serious challenges of Bihar. It won't be surprising if the Mahagathbandhan ends up becoming the number one player. I will end here. We'll make many more such videos as Rahul Gandhi's 16-day yatra goes ahead. from tomorrow, we will be again sort of watching Rahul Gandhi. How is his performance on the ground, and how does he, all his bhashans, these days he has become a very good speaker, and he should keep defining the agenda of Bihar until the day the voters end up voting in high numbers and sort of transforming the entire result of the elections. Thank you very much.